So our next wine is going to be our Chardonnay. So yeah, there we go.
Chardonnay, beautiful. Yeah.
Our Fortune Favors Chardonnay. I love this Chardonnay because I think it's a great way for people to kind of ease into Chardonnay. There are a lot of ABC people out there. That is, if you haven't heard of it, anything but Chardonnay. A lot of people just have really this love hate relationship. They either love it or they hate it. And, Chardonnay is a grape. It's not a winemaking style. So, depending on how it's been made, where it's grown, you're going to have a lot of you're just going to have so many you're going to have so many different variables when it comes to flavors with our Chardonnay. And this is from Monterey. So, Monterey, cooler climate, very windy. And when you have a cooler climate, you do get more acid in your grapes. So, you'll definitely notice that in this. It does have full malactic fermentation. So, if you are not familiar with that terminology, this is something that you'll see on the back of labels. You'll hear wine people talk about it. This is a word that you can throw into your wine vocab so people will think that you are a pro. Malolactic fermentation is basically as the sugars are breaking down and they change, we get lactic sugars. And that creates a lot of creaminess in the wine and a lot of richness in the wine, which some people, aren't really a fan of. But I love this
Precisely.
one because it's so balanced.
Exactly. Could not agree more. That's the thing. It's a very polarizing grape, despite the fact that it's really the style that we end up not liking a lot of the time. And some of us really do enjoy those beautiful caramel tones behind a nice Chardonnay, and some of us do prefer something a little bit more acid driven. And I think for those of you who like a petit Chablis, a Chablis in general, a Tasmanian Chardonnay as well,
Yeah.
a New Zealand Chardonnay, right? Something from one of those higher elevation and colder climates, you're really going to end up enjoying something with a little bit more acid behind it, like our Central Coast Chardonnay. This one just is beautiful. Are you getting those like almost brioche notes on
Yes,
the
it
nose,
smells
right?
kind of
Super zesty.
toasty and just
Exactly.
get really like hints of vanilla. And I get lemon and lime zest on the nose of this Chardonnay. It just
Totally.
smells so beautiful. Personally, not a huge California Chardonnay fan. I finished this entire bottle.
Oh,
Um,
that's so cool to
and
hear.
loved it. So it's really, really delicious. And you really get these really nice subtle hints of vanilla and butterscotch on the finish of the wine. So after you taste it, you feel that it's definitely heavier than the Sauvignon Blanc.
Hmm.
It's a great way to identify the weight of the wine. The Sauvignon Blanc was super light, hence we call it Pluma. The Chardonnay, it is a little heavier. It's a little more round. There's a touch of richness there, but really subtle. Everything is really balanced. It's kind of like a symphony.
It is. It's so well rounded. I could not say it any better. It's incredibly well rounded. It really makes up for the citrus flavors by having those more savory aspects towards the end. That's what you're looking for. I think that's what the vocabulary words, we aren't always super capable of putting onto our wine descriptions, right? We don't always have the ways to say what we're looking for. You want something balanced. You want something well rounded. And I think with this one, I tell all of my clients that I like to hang out with, I want cheese with this one too, but I don't want something creamy. I want a nice sharp cheddar,
Yep.
right? Because it's got all of that beautiful acidity behind it. It's got all of that structure behind it as well. I think it would go super, super well with a lot of different fare, but I'm thinking like Cheez-Its, Cheetos, anything with cheddar. I could definitely do a nice snack with this
Agree.
one.
I totally agree. And I also always like to share just some classic pairings. Classic pairing with Chardonnay is like roasted chicken,
Yep,
herb roasted chicken, lemon herb roasted chicken would
absolutely.
go delicious with this. And you have a really cool pairing that you like to share with the Chardonnay too.
I
You want
do. I do. I love me some roasted carrots, but I love them when they are candied. So I take baby carrots and I slather them in honey and Moroccan chili oils, things like that. And I let them oven roast for just long enough to get nice and tender. And I think all of that spice and all of the sweet tones that come from behind the honey really lend so, so well to the Chardonnay because it goes through mallow and it comes from that cold climate. It's again getting two different styles of wine blended together. Matt is just really, really doing a great job of showcasing what California is capable of. And I think that's a thank you. I love showing off my favorite cooking technique. So thank you, Leah.
us?
Awesome.
Okay.